It's a busy day today. We're still working on fair stuff, but we're like on the last stretch, and there's still a couple paintings that I have to do. Like 1, 2, 3, about 3 or 4 paintings that I have to do. It's exciting, but the pressure is on, bro. The pressure is on. I don't have that many things left in the checklist. Like, this is like the big checklist, and the red ones are the important ones that I need to complete. And it's like paintings, I need to make them on canvas and on paper and on cloth. So for example, like tote bag or a coin purse, then like a normal painting on canvas or a painting on paper. So we still have to do those 3. And actually, yeah, that's pretty much all we need still. And another poster finish would be great. I have to finish another one. I still have only 1 or 2. I haven't quite decided. So today we're gonna paint on a canvas this size. It's not too big. It's like about this size. Yeah, not that big, but this is what we're doing today. Nervous, but excited. Also, this canvas, I've had it for like 4 years. Now it's my time to use it. Yeah, it's time to work. I'm in my apron, and we're in the last stretch. We're doing great. Let's see what happens. Okay, so because I'm working with very shallow light layers to achieve like a good sort of oily texture, it's taken a long time. So what I'm gonna do is in between layers, as I wait for them to dry, like 20 minutes somewhat, I work on another thing, like on another poster, on another painting, but digital one. So I'm gonna sit here on my computer working on that while that dries, and then when it dries, I go back to that, and then when it's wet, I go back to this, and we're gonna, do that. The painting is going well, I think. We still have work to do, like a lot of work to do, but yeah, we're doing pretty well. And just wanted to give you a little bit of an update because, yeah, we've been struggling, but we're hanging on. Okay, so bit of an update. I haven't done my homework. I was supposed to do homework today, but I ended up not having time for it. On the other hand, we got a new bookshelf because the other one had to be thrown out because it got rotten. Yeah, it rotted because like a month ago or something, the apartment flooded with like this much water. And all the furniture suffered. Yeah. And that bookshelf died. Like it died. But yeah, so we got a new bookshelf. And it's bigger. Like almost double the size. So there's a lot more space for books now. Thank God. Technically speaking, my room is a freaking mess right now. Especially the desks. Because I've been working so much on preparing stuff for the fair thing. To participate in the fair this December, I have to pass sort of, it doesn't make sense in English, but I have to be curated, like the faculty selects a bunch of like teachers and others to be curators, like the art curators for the fair, and I basically got to pass their judgment to be able to participate. So I've been busy, making all the samples and stuff, and that is this Thursday. It is Saturday. It's like 7 p.m. Saturday. I still have 1 more painting to complete. Well, 2 really, and like 3 things, like 3 gold porcelain things that I need to fix because they broke. But yeah, and I finished the painting. Like, we actually managed to finish the painting on time, and it looks really freaking great. So let me just, I even signed it. I'm so excited about it. It does look really good. And you know, for being my first time painting something original like this on acrylic, with acrylic on canvas, I think I did pretty good. Like, it was my first time, so I was scared that it would turn out worse, but it looks really good. I just need to varnish it tomorrow or later tonight. And over here, I have finally varnished the painting, or at least we've got the first layer done. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it like this for the night, and then tomorrow in the morning I'll come back, give it a second coat in a different direction to make sure that it's properly covered everywhere, and then it will be varnished. Update. A small update. It is Monday, currently 8:19 p.m. The curator appointment, let's call it that. It's on Thursday, early in the morning, so I have 2 days. And I still have some stuff to finish today, but I started feeling really fucking weird. Like, I was gonna be sick all over, and I was like, nope, this shit ain't happening right now. So I had to like just pause and rest for like an hour, because my body was freaking the fuck out. There's still a lot of work to do, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to finish in like half the day tomorrow. I don't know how I'm gonna survive, but we're gonna be fine. I'm gonna be able to finish everything. And I still need to make 2 paintings because the one in acrylic completely changed. I'm still grieving over it, but you know, sometimes it happens and it doesn't make the painting a failure. It has just transformed into something I didn't expect. And honestly, it's part of the art process. Sometimes the varnish completely changes your vision. But it happens, so nothing I can do about it. So I need to make 2 more paintings to kind of compensate for that, in my opinion. And I'm hoping to make 1 bracelet and 1 more charm. Okay, but the charm is probably not doable by this point. The bracelet, yes. So bracelet, I need to finish all the clay stuff that I have. There's 6 clay things. Bracelet and 2 paintings. That is what I'm missing for the fair. That's on Thursday, early morning. I gotta go drop off everything. It's Monday night. We'll be fine. I want to give you a little update. It's Wednesday. The appointment is tomorrow in the morning, and I'm like, how can I sleep? I need to make another painting. I need to blah, 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 blah. I don't even know. I really wanted to make another painting though. But if I really can't, I think I'm just gonna cut the edges of one that I already had, and maybe of another one I had in the sketchbook, and put them in the packages. But yeah. And the last layer of varnish on the edges of the acrylic painting is currently drying. And my room is... It's chaos. It's a tornado. There's a plate on the desk, a mug, and hundreds of crafts boxes just everywhere. Craft boxes, a lot of beads, jewelry wire, stickers. Everything is on the floor. Honestly, it's 10:30 p.m. And my plan was to not sleep tonight so I could finish a painting, but I think that's a little bit ridiculous at this point. So I'm gonna switch tactics. I'm gonna clean up, because seriously, I cannot sleep like this. It's too much. I have reached my limit. I'm gonna clean up, I gotta brush my teeth. I haven't brushed my teeth. I gotta clean up. Make sure I got everything that I need for tomorrow. Kind of pack up my things. And, well, if I have a chance, I think I'll start the painting. But, yeah, right now I just want to clean up my room. Like, at least get the boxes out of the doorway. Away, because I can barely go in and out of my own room because there's just so much on that floor. And yeah, and I managed to finish the entry for the Quiz to the Plate Illustration Contest. I think I did well. I put a lot of work into it, a lot of time, like a lot. I don't know how many hours, but 70, 80, I'm not sure. But I put so much work into it. I think I could have done better if I had known about the contest with more time, but I didn't. So, but I think I did really good. And it was a challenge to myself, and I pushed myself to finish to the very last minute when I could have just given up. And I finished it. So yeah, maybe I'll revisit it in the future, next year or something. But I think I did good, and yeah, I'm proud of myself for doing the work.
Okay, so at first I was thinking of doing a collection, an entire collection of paintings that were about fairies, and I had like different themes, like seasonal fairies. Okay, so autumn, summer, spring, winter. However, of course, I had no time. I was working on homeworks, on projects, and I was doing all the preparation for the Halloween and the December fairs. So instead I went an entirely different direction, and I tried to think about the paintings as if they were illustrations to stories that maybe I would write in the future. And I just tried to evoke the kind of style that I remember from the storybooks, the fairy tales books, the fairy tale books that I had as a kid. I was really busy. I was working a lot. The projects were a lot of work. I was working on one project maybe like 2 weeks, only working on that, and it was like 8 to 10 hours of work a day. It was, I was doing a lot of things every single day. It was a lot. And then I took a break and I had a small hangout with my aunt, and we went to the mall, and they had this like, I don't know, like a contest. They had a contest that day for cats. I don't know exactly what the cats were competing for. I think it was like beauty or something, like which cat was the prettiest. I don't know. They were all very beautiful. Like, look at this. Like, they're all so pretty. Look at this one. He has almost like a raccoonish lemur face. I love him. That same day of the cat contest in the mall, we also went to watch Wild Robot. It had just come out, and I was absolutely mind blown. Everything that DreamWorks has released in the past couple of years, it has, wow, been pure art, majestic. They have really been pushing the boundaries between 2D and 3D animation and what can be done with the mediums. The art style of Wild Robot, it was like a painting. It was one of the most visually beautiful movies that I've seen in a while, and I actually cried so many times while watching the movie. I just loved it. And that same day, I had an impulsive thought about these very cheap pastels based on, I think they're wax. Yeah, they're wax. So they're paint kind of like a candle, but they're really pigmented and I love them. So I obviously had to draw something from the movie. These are some very cool pieces from the expo they had at my art faculty that month. I think it's the yearly expo for the I forgot the word. I will add it later in editing. It's been a crazy month, I gotta say. I've been doing a lot of stuff, but mainly I've been doing this. It's a 2-meter homework project for drawing class, and it's 2 meters. Like, the drawing is literally real life-sized me. It's a very big project, and we're 2 days away from turning it in. I still have a little bit of work to do. I have to add a wooden frame to the curtain. I have to finish the shirt and my skin and the shoes. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not, because I already have all the paint laid down, and now what I'm doing is just laying down shadows and light with soft pastels, which is a lot faster than you would think. But I just want to talk a little bit about what I've been doing. So, hello, welcome back. It's been, as I said, a month. It's now gonna be a month, and you're gonna be seeing me again every freaking Friday. So, yeah. Where to start? Where to start? Like yesterday was Friday, and Thursday, those 2 days, I participated in a small fair in my faculty. There were very few participants and just general attendees this year. They had like a little bit of trouble promoting the event this time, so not a lot of people knew that we had a fair, but still I made some money. Not a lot. I was hoping to make at least double that, so I could use that money to pay for my table at the year-end fair, which is the most important one so far. And it's for the year-end fair, I gotta pay like $65 I gotta pay. I was hoping to make that much from this fair, because usually from the fairs that I have participated, that are, organized by the students in the art faculty, and I have participated in 4, counting this one so far. In the other 3, I made a lot of money. I made more than $100 every time. This time, we only made like, what was it? Like 32, which is a lot less than that. But yeah, it was definitely a bit of a letdown, because I needed to earn at least 62 to pay for the year-end table, so
sadly that didn't happen. But yeah, this is now what we're doing. We gotta work on the project. There's still a lot of work to do, honestly. But I don't think I'm scared because it's a lot of work, but not that much. Because again, having the paint laid down underneath is already quite the help. And yeah, and working with pastels is just, it works really well with me. So combining the acrylic base with the pastels, it really helps to have a really fast and just relaxing workflow. It doesn't feel as taxing as it would feel if I had just been painting on canvas with just straight up the acrylic or oil or something. But yeah, this is what I've been doing the past month. That and preparing for the fairs. It's been a little bit crazy, and I have been excited about a lot of stuff because I have been making a lot of like pieces for merch and stuff. I have designed a little bit of a couple new characters that I think I might be making a comic, like a small web comic for. I don't know. I finally tried out DISGRACE. Super recommended for merch and stuff. I got the test samples and I was like, this is brilliant. So I ordered some pins, stickers, and keychains for the year-end fair. I'm really excited about that. Oh, and also a couple of washi tapes. I'm really excited about the stickers though. So yeah. But yeah, there's just some stuff coming together and things are changing and hopefully moving forward. And yeah, I have high hopes for the December fair, like really, really high hopes. Like I'm gonna be selling prints, some of my jewelry, figurines, and keychains that I'm making from clay, like porcelain, cold porcelain clay, hand making them and painting them and sealing them myself. And I'm gonna be selling, of course, original paintings and illustrations and prints and posters and the stickers, keychains, and pins that I got from DISGRACE. So there's a lot of stuff coming for the December fair. I'm really excited. I still have to build like 8 displays that I don't have. I need a display for the stickers. Wait, I already have that one. I need a display because I'm making my stand like themed. It's gonna be this whole theme of fantasy. So every display I use is gonna kind of fit into a kingdom setting. So I am making trees, logs, a bakery. I'm making a tower as a display, sort of a wall, castle wall as a display too. And I gotta make sort of this castle design for the sign to put on the very top of the grid and stuff like that. I just want this whole stand to have the vibe of like sort of a medieval fantasy setting kingdom fair. So I still have a lot of work to do for the stand itself, display wise. The merch I've pretty much finished. I still need to finish like 5 paintings, well, more like 6, and paint like at least 3 tote bags. And actually, yeah, I still have a lot of work to do for the stand, so maybe I will not be uploading weekly, but bi-weekly? I'm not sure about that because, you know, editing, I mean, recording is the easy part, but editing takes me an entire fucking day, and sometimes even like a day and a half. And usually what I do with editing is I take Friday for editing. Like that's the day that I only work on editing the video that comes out that same day. I will work like from 8 or 9 a.m. to maybe 6, 7 p.m. just on a whole run, speed run. I will not get up, I will not do anything else. I will just edit the whole thing until I'm done. So yeah, we gotta see how the workflow continues to move around and flow, because it might change, but that's the plan. So a bit of a vlog for this week, so I'll see you in a bit while I work on this. Quick update, let's talk a little bit about how I'm doing. Man, I got pastel on my face. Well, I am about, what, maybe 90% done, I'd say. I don't have a lot left to do, honestly, but what is left to do is a little bit complex, especially the shirt, because it requires a lot of observation and it's driving me a little bit insane. The shirt is complicated and I have to do a lot of mental color math to like so I'm gonna do what I'm missing here. The little, I was gonna do like a wood engraved wood frame, like Art Nouveau style up here for the curtain, so it would reach around the left corner and a little bit down here. So I'm gonna do that with the paint, and then I now have to suffer and try to mix a couple of browns. I need like an orangey base brown, and I struggle with browns. Browns are difficult to make because there's an infinite combination of colors for browns. Browns can look like anything. They can have a purple base, a red base, an orange tone, a yellow tone, a cyan tone. They can have anything. There are millions of combinations for browns, and it confuses the fuck out of me. I can never make a good brown, so I'm a sufferer. Just a couple of minutes away from finishing, but the last spurt is really hard to get through. I want to finish this, but I'm so bored. But yes, it looks good. It's definitely different from what I've done before, but I like it. Yeah, and I like the little dragon at the bottom. I should give her a name. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I really like the pants. I think the pants are the best part. But I like all of it. It's different. And I think it's good different. I don't know. I'm close to finishing, but I'm so bored. I'm just sick of it. I cannot believe the amount of time this took me to edit. Like, all the footage, I literally recorded it a year ago. I had so many issues while editing. I'm doing all my work on DaVinci Resolve now, and there were so many problems while doing the tracking for the censoring on my face. It took for fucking ever. It was really torture. It was torturous work. There was this bug in the software and it didn't get fixed until like a couple of updates ago, like literally like 2 months ago. I think that like 2 months ago it got fixed and I finally was able to make progress on the editing. Originally the video was a lot longer, but I didn't want it to be that long because it was really like 36 minutes or more. It was too long and I didn't want to split it in two. So here you go. It's finished. I finally finished. I'm glad I didn't give up and just post something else ages ago. I'm still kind of mad that I wasn't able to post anything just because I got like stuck in this loop of I do not want to post anything until I get done with this one. So yeah, now it's done. I can finally go back to posting probably bi-weekly or monthly. I'm so glad, and I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching, and if you like content about art, DIY, gaming, all that kind of stuff, books, probably writing, think about subscribing. Don't forget to comment if you want to say something, if you liked something about it, and bye!